Show me the Scrooge promo.
I'm warning you, Frank. Don't waste your life as I did mine. Charity, mercy, kindness, that should have been my business. Now, it's too late for me, but it's not for you. You can be saved.
It is far too late for us to be saved because we've already suffered through this film. And I'm here to tell you why Scrooge fell down my Christmas list. Welcome to episode 12, FYC Film Review. I'm your host, Gagne, and flabbergasted as always is Rinaldo. How's it going, man?
What's up, buddy? That was kind of a down intro. Kind of put me in a bad mood right away.
You know,
but well, yeah. How's it going?
It's going well. You know, I'm ready to battle a little on this one. I watched this 2 years ago, and I thought I liked it more than I remember. So
okay,
maybe I'm a grumpy man now that I sat through Bill Murray yelling at people for an hour and a half.
Wow. Okay. All right. So we'll start off with that. Well, happy holidays, everybody.
Hey.
We went ahead and decided to go with the 1988 classic Scrooge, starring the legend, the myth, Bill Murray. Karen Allen, who stars as what's her name in the film? Claire. We might know her better as Marion Ravenwood for all those Indiana Jones nerds, and a wonderful Bobcat Goldthwait, who I just love in this movie, who I might even consider putting him in our Mount Rushmore just for this movie alone, and a bunch of other characters who we'll get into. And it's directed by Richard Donner, who happened to direct my all-time favorite, one of my all-time favorite movies, The Goonies.
You almost slipped and said the all-time favorite.
Yeah.
So,
Top five.
Okay. I accept that. Yes, the legendary Dick Donner, Superman, Lethal Weapon, Goonies. Dude's a good director. And this movie doesn't suffer from that. It's good direction. I love Bobcat. I'm glad you called that out. Yeah. I feel like he's one of those guys you either love or hate. Like, people are like, that voice and his persona, but I loved it. I loved it growing up as a kid, and I still love it.
Yeah, I think he just reminds me a lot of Dark Helmet, Rick Moranis, for some reason. Or he reminds me of Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters with the big, thick glasses, and is just as very awkward. So I loved him. I think he was great. I think he steals every scene that he's in, even the scenes that he's with Bill Murray. That's how much I loved him in this movie.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. There's a lot of good side characters, people that you've seen in other movies. Carol Kane is amazing as the Ghost of Christmas Present. She is why she is up here. So I love her. She's my favorite part of the movie.
Really? Okay, she was good.
I could just put that part of the movie on and be happy. Because it's the most entertaining to me. But
yeah, she was good. She was great. I thought she was really good. She was funny. Was she in The Princess Bride, The Witch?
Yes.
That was her, right?
The Princess Bride. She was in The Addams Family. She was in, she's the grandma in The Addams Family. There's a lot of fun characters to play off of Bill Murray in this. And yeah, you're right. Bill Murray's a legend. Like, he's why this movie is made. It's literally like 90 minutes of him just talking and ad-libbing and yelling and acting a fool.
Even when he's not talking, I like, after watching, I saw this twice, by the way, his facial expressions are classic. Like, he can be funny with just his facial expression, and it's hard to find a character who can do that, at least for me. So he was great. I thought he was fabulous in it.
Yeah, it fell down my list. He is a great cast for this, but it fell down my list of like Bill Murray films and Christmas films. And I think that the mean-spiritedness of the movie for so long, and so much of him, like, it gets a little grating, for me at sometimes. Like, and I guess it's because I'm starting to rewatch it a little bit more. I know you sometimes watch these movies and you'll watch them a couple times in a row, and you did on this one too, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got my money's worth on Amazon.
We bought it a couple years ago because I was convinced that this was like one of my Christmas classics that I loved. And I
Sure.
realized I love certain parts of it, like Bobcat, like like Carol Kane, but not the whole thing. Like I don't need to sit through it every Christmas, where some films like, yeah, I'm going to watch it every Christmas no matter what.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fair. Let's just get into it.
Yeah.
First thing I want to call out is this movie is scored by none other than Danny Elfman. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping track, but we have done 3 movies with Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
And those movies are Mission Impossible, Batman Returns, and Scrooge. And he is the best. So
He is the best. However, it's very noticeable that what his style was in like 87, 88, and 89, because this and Batman and Beetlejuice and and Nightmare Before Christmas, they all have
that
this
sounds
like
similar.
la 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 la, like this, weird like where it's like,
That's
oh my
good.
god,
That's good. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, it plays in my head, and you're like Danny Elfman. Like maybe it's too much standing in line at Nightmare Before at Disneyland. Like you hear it and you're instantly like Danny Elfman. So I thought that was pretty funny. We love him here.
The first thing I want to call out in this movie was in the beginning was when they're in the studio, just like you see in my background, and they're showing the promos for these different TV shows. And the first promo that kind of catches your eye is the Leave It to Beaver promo, wannabe Leave It to Beaver. And Wally asks his mom, or his mom asks Wally, "Where's Beaver?" And Wally says, "Oh, Dad's out chasing Beaver." And this TV show is called Dad Loves Beaver, which I just thought was like, wow, I never caught that as a kid. And to me, that was funny. Funny.
It's clever. So clever. Like as a kid, you have no idea. And the only association I had was Leave It to Beaver, was a TV show. So I was like, oh, of course it makes sense that it was called Father Loves Beaver.
Sure.
Oh, I get it now. Wow. Snuck that one in, but cut it that time. Yeah. The promos are fantastic in the beginning. I love that.
Yeah, that's kind of it for me. That's how it starts out, and then you kind of get into the beginning where everything kind of sets in motion, where he's alone and he's stressed, and his boss comes in. So we're gonna start right up where his boss comes in, Lou Hayward, who is supposed to be Jacob Marley in Charles Dickens' novel.
Right.
It's Jacob Marley. And you get his boss, and he's a corpse, and he just comes back from golf. And I remember as a kid seeing that was so great. It was so creepy, and it's still good. I think it's still a really good scene for me.
Yeah, I dig that they really try to make this like a Scrooged story. Like, it's a Christmas Carol. It's, I like that. I think he's a funny character to have come back from the dead and be his Jacob Marley.
I mean, it's Charles Dickens' novel, A Christmas Carol. It's just modernized, but everything that happens to, Ebenezer Scrooge is happening to Francis Cross. So I like that. I don't know why. I still like that scene with his boss. It's so creepy, and you get the mouse crawling out of the back of his skull in the golf ball.
With the golf ball.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. It's so great. I love it. Yeah, we have Grace, his assistant, who
Alfre Woodard.
Yes.
She's been so much, yeah.
And she's Bob Cratchit in the novel, right?
Okay.
Who works late for him
right.
is underpaid and all that stuff. And her child is Calvin, who is supposed to be Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
Right? So I after rewatching this, her name was Grace, right? And I kind of took that as a play on words where, he's calling out for her, Grace, Grace, Grace. But, if you think about it, grace is something that he doesn't have. He wants it, but grace is not something that he can give out himself because he doesn't have it.
Look at you getting all deep with Scrooge, a comedy, going so deep, man.
That's true, man. You got to think about these things. Yeah,
I'm not saying. Yeah, no, you're totally right. It's just like one of those did not think about that at all when I was watching the movie. But I like it. I like it.
You got to open your heart, man. You got to open your mind.
Third eye is wide open, man. Not blind anymore.
Nope, not anymore.
I don't love the lack of focus on, I don't know, she's kind of there, but I know it's the story's about Bill Murray, but I don't know. God, just so much of that. Like I want it to be heartfelt, but it's so mean spirited. So much of the movie that it's hard for me sometimes to rewatch this. I don't know. I keep going back to that. Like I
Really?
want to feel. Yeah, I want to feel the love and the heart to it, but it's such a mean spirited movie. He's
But I mean,
such a
that's
dick in the entire the whole movie though. It's like this ounce of moment at the very very end.
Well, that's Ebenezer Scrooge. It's somebody who's always thinking about himself, doesn't really give a rat's ass about anybody else.
Yeah.
It's more modernized to our world today,
Sure.
of how somebody could be. So I don't know. I still like it. I think it's great. I think he plays his character perfect, and I didn't have a problem with it. I don't think it's a great movie, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still enjoy it. And then Bill Murray's, fantastic in that regard. I think that some of them, like some of the things that I want like these heartfelt moments, like the Claire Lumpy relationship.
Yeah.
It feels so fake because he's so awful to her. Even while he's like kind of progressing in the movie, like through the ghosts, like he's still really mean. I'm like, why would she even want to be with this guy or like be around this guy or be there for him? Like, I guess because she takes people in, but it just, I'm like, he's so mean to her in this movie. Like, it's so, it's almost uncomfortable.
He's supposed to be mean to her. I mean, that's how the story is.
Who falls in love with people like that, though?
A lot of people fall in love with mean-spirited people.
Okay.
I think, right?
Okay.
I'm going to move forward to a scene that just kind of, I just saw it again as an adult, and it was the nipple scene with the dancer. And
you can see the nipple.
You can. And I'm just, I don't know. I didn't like it. It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. Sometimes they're just not needed.
They had to show you how ridiculous he really was. That's what it was. So,
I mean, yeah, he was putting on the show. He wanted the dancers.
Yeah.
And so it was his TV show. So I just thought that scene was kind of like, it kind of stood out. And was like, you can. Whoa.
You become such a dad. Come on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Me in this sweater and
It's a Cosby sweater. I think so, man. Because I mean, I don't know. I think it's not that big of a deal, especially in a movie where you've got Bobcat slowly like going through, a decline like no one's ever seen before. He goes from like laid off to like boozing on the streets in like a weekend. You're like, how? I mean, did his wife just kick him out instantly and you just started drinking immediately?
Yeah. Yeah. What'd you think about the lunch scene? I really like when he's going to have lunch with his boss and you get that like slimy Bryce guy who's helping him out. And he starts kind of just seeing things. He sees the eyeball in his cup and he sees the guy burning. There's a really funny scene where he goes to the waiter, "Are you him? Are you him?" And then the waiter goes, "Are you he?" And that is a line that my brothers and I always reference to whenever we go, "Are you him?" And so it's a funny classic line for me.
It's a good line. That whole interaction between him and the waiter is fantastic, where he's mumbling about stuff. "Oh no, sir, that's the Alaska baked salmon. You don't want that. It's not very good." Like, that's good. It's good. It's a good call out. His hallucinations and stuff are a fun part of it. I actually enjoy the first Ghost a little bit. He's very over the top, but there's some great spots where they're at the dog show or the television show, where he's the dog, and not the dog show. And he's Frisbee, just like he's yelling out at Frisbee, like playing along with the children in the audience. It's a bone.
It's a bone.
You lucky dog. It's good. That stuff still plays like really well, where I think it's just hilarious.
Yeah. So going back to I don't even know if they mentioned his name. He's the ghost of Christmas Past. Basically, that's what he is. And he gets into the cab and you see him, he's taking him to the year 1955. And I really thought it was kind of a callback to Back to the Future, how when the fair was changing, it was changing the numbers, going back to 1955, which was the same year that Marty went back in time. So I thought that was a really cool callback scene. So I'm a Back to the Future nut, so I really like, I'm always taking things like that apart.
I see it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to throw out the first fun fact for this movie.
Ooh.
First fun fact. I don't know if there's a whole lot, but I'm going to throw it out. So in the cab is called Belle Cab. Belle is actually Ebenezer Scrooge's love interest in Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol.
Wow.
So, fun fact.
That is a fun fact, actually.
Boom.
One I did not know. I'm impressed. I don't think there's going to be a lot of fun facts in this one. I didn't have a lot of fun.
Don't know. I don't know. You didn't like it very much, so
I've seen it a lot. Fact. Maybe I'm murried out.
All right, moving forward. Goes to Christmas Past, and he takes him to see himself as baby Francis, and his mom is pregnant, and the dad comes in, right? The dad comes in, and he goes, I have a present for you, and baby Frank goes, is it a choo-choo? And then the dad goes, no, it's like 8 pounds of veal or something. Yeah. And I just thought it was crushing, because you kind of start to see Frank Cross start to take shape on how he was treated by his dad. So he's not just mean for a reason. People aren't just mean for a reason. Things happen in their life of why they're mean.
I disagree with the point of, the bad thing happening to him. He's still got a present. It's meat. I get it. But that shouldn't be why he was a bad person. You don't just get to choose to be a bad person because you've got a bad Christmas gift.
That's not why, but he was treated so bad as a kid. Even the cab driver goes, you were sat on your ass for 14 more years watching TV. But why? Why isn't he shown so much love by his dad?
I mean, that was one scene. Maybe his dad had a bad day.
Whatever.
I think you're coming down unnecessarily hard on the dad.
Whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. Goes to Christmas Past. Do you have more on?
No, that's it. And then you get to the Frisbee the dog show, like you mentioned, and that's where he kind of breaks up with
Claire.
With Claire, they show how they meet and how they fall in love and how they kind of break up. And, and I kind of thought when Claire said we should separate or we should stop seeing each other based on just that one thing, I thought, dang, just because of that,
right?
Like why all of a sudden you just want to break up because he doesn't want to go with you? I understand he's being a jerk, but all that, you just want to break up with him because of that? I thought, come on, Claire, that's not cool. Give him another, so.
Yeah, that's a very awkward breakup too, because he's like, "Oh, I'll try to come by later," and then she's like, "Yeah, I'll tell him you had something come up." We're like, "Wait." I guess the point is they're not on the same page, but yeah, it's very awkward. And she has, I think, her first probably not first by that time, but the awkward like slow motion like fade away from her face as she's like, "Lumpy," door closing. You're like, "There's a lot of lumpy."
What's next?
The Ghost of Christmas Present, Carol Kane, who's the best part of this movie. Okay. It's played as a like tooth fairy, I guess, if you will, on like acid. She's just like violent and
she's good.
She's so good. She has this like high pitched voice for the entire performance, and I love it. They're fighting back and forth in the apartment. This just pulling his ears because he's not listening. Like I love her.
Yeah,
I absolutely love her.
She's good. I liked her a lot. Any bad lines?
It is about that time. I struggled with this because as much as struggling with this movie, there was nothing in it that was really like groan like worthy. It was not like, and I felt like I was searching, there's nothing popped out. Sometimes when we watch these movies, I feel like something's like glaring at like, oh, that's a bad line. So I had to go to the Bobcat scene towards the end when he's got everyone hostage in the studio and he's telling the network executive to, what's going on. And he's like, got the guy tied up and he's like, oh, and he says, he said you're a flatulating butthead. And it was such a juvenile line at that point in the movie when we've shown nipple and we've, had people die, and drinking is, that, why would you say something so simple like that? Like, if you're going to insult somebody, like, insult them. Let's get on it. So it felt childish at that moment.
Okay. All right. It's funny because I was so close to picking that line. Oh. Super close. So we didn't make 2020 with the same bad line. Maybe 2021 we'll get the same one. So that was pretty good. The one I went with was the old man who was trying to put antlers on the mouse. Because he didn't look like an actor. It seemed like some random guy they just picked off the street, and the way he delivered the line was just, it was awful. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm new here, and I got a problem. I can't get the antlers on this little guy. I tried crazy glue, and it didn't work." It was just really bad.
I can't get the antlers glued onto this little guy.
My wife
tried crazy glue, but it don't work.
Cringy. He doesn't seem like it's an actor. So for me, that's the bad line. So I will say
that's a bad performance. That's not a bad line. It's not the guy's fault. Don't you
forget it? You want to fight? Do you want to argue right now? So that to me was the bad line. Bad line / performance. Well, to your credit, there's not a whole lot of bad lines in this movie.
Exactly, right?
So we're just kind of nitpicking here.
Yeah,
we're
nitpicking.
That concludes.
I love that guy. That's why I'm defending him. He's such a cute little guy.
He wasn't that cute. I mean, I guess. The mouse or the guy?
The mouse?
Let's just move forward now. Let's just move forward. Fun fact number 2, my friend. 2-0. I looked this one up. Bill Murray actually had 3 of his brothers in this movie.
Really?
His oldest brother was the dad when he was baby Frank. The dad that was his brother.
Okay.
His other brother, who his name was James, is actually his brother. So he played his actual brother.
Oh, no way.
In the film. And his other brother was at the brother's house. He was a guest, and there he said he had some kind of line. So he had 3 of his brothers in this movie. So
he does it a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
I like
the
it.
Murrays were in this film. So fun fact.
I did not know
2.
that. That is a good fun fact. Yeah. I like it.
What'd you think about the shelter, Claire's shelter, and the 3 older people that kind of like had that scene? I thought it was a bit awkward when they kept calling him Dick.
Yeah. Obviously an older actor from, certain films that they recognized, and I don't know the actor, and so when Bill Murray started to slip into that impersonation, I didn't really get it. So just for me is like one of those, like, if I knew who he was trying to portray, maybe it would have made a little more sense, but yeah, it just ends up coming off like very awkward.
I will answer that question for you because I did my research on that. So the reason they kept calling him Dick, because they were trying to get Bill Murray to play Richard Burton. Who Richard Burton is, I don't know, but he used to play Richard Burton on SNL, who would do Shakespearean quotes or something like that. And so that's why that scene happened. So it's kind of like an inside joke and a nod to Bill Murray's SNL days. And you have to know that. I didn't know that, so I looked it up because it really bugged me because I didn't get it.
Fun fact number 3.
Is that fun fact number 3?
Yeah,
fun fact
absolutely.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Excellent
go.
poll. I didn't know it either, nor did I bother to do the homework because I was like, unless I'm going to watch, Richard Burton stuff, I'm not. Wasn't he married to like Liza Minnelli or I don't know, Elizabeth Taylor? Elizabeth Taylor, I think.
I don't know. Liza Minnelli's the cabaret girl, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
But I think it was actually Elizabeth
Taylor. Right. All that.
This is not getting cut. That's staying in. Yes, absolutely.
It's the final episode of 2020.
We're going out with a bang.
We're going out with a bang. Yeah. Product placements. Tab Cola.
Oh, Jesus.
All over.
Is Tab around anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if Tab Cola's around. Anybody drink Tab Cola recently? If so, let us know. Tab Cola, please.
If not, we'll probably know what happened.
Yeah. Sponsor us, Tab Cola. We'll get it going for you.
Why not? Where
do you want to
go? I'm pretty wrapped up. I don't think there's a lot to say about the Ghost of Christmas Future. It's, like you can tell you're very much at the end of the movie, so they don't really do much. And So yeah, I mean the finale, man. It's a long finale. I feel like 20 minutes of a finale is it's like a last act that doesn't seem like it ends for me.
Yes. But the finale, the scene with Bobcat Goldthwait, I forget how to say it. I think it's right before he meets the ghost of Christmas Future. How he has the gun and he's kind of chasing him around, which is kind of nowadays is kind of cringy because so much stuff like that happens, you know. But taking that out of it, it's a really funny scene. He has the gun and he's like acting like Elmer Fudd, and he's trying to kill him. And then all that happens. Then Frank has this awakening after, you know, he's dying, and he comes out alive and he goes, "I'm alive," and he just starts having fun with Elliot. Elliot's his name. And he opens his shirt and he blows on his stomach or raspberry. Yeah. So I love that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie with Bobcat. So he's so good. And I don't know. I just love Bobcat Goldthwait. And it wasn't until not too long ago that I realized that voice that he does, that like kind of panicky, shaky type of voice, it's not his real voice. You know, it's just, it's not. So. No. But he played it so well that you kind of thought that that's his real voice.
Yeah, I don't know how he made a living doing that. I mean, it's just insane. I do love me some Bobcat. We may have to eventually do a Police Academy movie, man. That's, I think, when I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
But there's also a movie called, I think, Hot to Trot, where there's a talking horse or something. And I loved it as a kid. It's probably horrible. Okay. I don't even want to think about it now.
Hot to Trot?
Hot to Trot.
If anybody has seen Hot to Trot, please let us know. I've never even heard of this. My buddy Chris has. Hot to Trot. People, figure it out. Let us know.
Look it up.
I'm going to look it up after this.
Yeah.
Hot to Trot.
Watch some scenes. You're going to be very disappointed. Very disappointed in me.
Okay. So the finale, yes, it takes a long time. But he has this awakening moment, and he's coming out of it, and he's giving this speech, and I don't know, man. I love the part where everybody starts singing "Put a Little Love in Your Heart," and I thought, man, if we all did that on Christmas this year, how awesome would that be if we all did that? Of course, we're not going to do it, but just a little bit of love, just a little bit of love, and I liked it.
It can't get started if you're not going to start it, man. I mean, come on, be the change you want to see, or something like that. Right. His monologue is pretty good. It's that whole scene, like, as a whole, like it drags on. And so one issue I had was he makes out with one of the Solid Gold dancers under the mistletoe.
Yeah.
Like full on, like, awkward makeout. Like, you're supposed to be seeing this transformed Frank. What's he doing making out with this chick? And you're like, oh, hey, miss, I gotta, sexually harass you on live television.
He did not sexually harass her. He said it's the law, right?
That's true.
There's a law that says it.
He pulled
and after he kisses her, he goes, that was good, but it wasn't great. There has only been one great. And then he calls out Claire. I thought that was pretty good.
That's a line. That's a line. But it's a line. But again, that was my issue with the love story. It was like, I felt like, come on, like, you've already beat her up all fucking movie, and now you're gonna make out with some chick on live television right before you're like, but Claire, you're the best. So
you're the best, Claire.
Come on down,
Claire.
Yeah.
Answer the question, Claire. So and then we got Calvin, the little boy who didn't speak at all. And that was such a sweet moment. We know when he goes, am I forgetting anything else? And then he pulls on his pants and he goes, God bless us, everyone. It was like, yes, that's the moment right there. That's the moment where it just wraps it all up. It was great.
That's the ultimate heart of the movie right there.
I liked it. I don't know. I just thought the ending was great. I just, it was good. It didn't have a whole lot of heart. I understand that, but it did have some heart. And I just thought when the little boy pulled his leg and said that, God bless us, everyone, I was like, there it is. Exclamation mark. Boom. Finished the movie. Feel good movie. Left feeling great. Cool movie. So
yeah. I guess I I never watched this movie like getting that sensation. It's always to me been strictly a comedy of watching Bill Murray and Bobcat, just do audacious take after take. Yeah. And it's enjoyable. And there's, it's witty. And so I've never searched for that. And I never find that in this movie. Not that it's not there. I just don't think it's like accentuated. You know what I mean? Like you could have made it 20 more minutes longer and given a little bit more. And I think it could have been that, but it just feels so much more like a darker comedy. But we watched as a kid, PG-13.
Yeah, with the nipple scene, which I never got.
It wasn't even full nipple.
That's so stupid.
It wasn't. So
all right,
let's
whatever. Rating time? You want to rate?
It's rating time.
Let's do it. Let's rate.
This was kind of easy. We both threw it out there, so let's give it a good 5. On the scale of 1 to 5. Karen Allen lumpies.
Let's do it.
Like, lumpy, like a sad puppy dog. Every time she says it in the movie, lumpy.
Okay, lumpies 1 to 5.
You're up first.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Yes, absolutely.
I'll go first. I gotta feel good. I got a good feeling about this movie. I'm glad I watched this. I'm glad we picked it out. It's not your normal Christmas movie. It is not a great movie. I'll admit it. It's not a great movie. But Bill Murray plays the part so well. I've said it again. He is a legend. He is funny. And he can just look at the camera a certain way. And it's hilarious. And that's talent. That's a comedic talent. Bobcat steals every scene in this movie for me. Could there have been more heart? Sure. Absolutely. Why not? Some of the scenes with Claire and Lumpy were kind of a little bit cringy, when she starts barking like a dog. I was like, ugh, okay, you need to stop that. But
not into that?
No, I'm not into that. Just don't bark. But I liked it. I enjoyed this movie. I don't feel like I wasted my time. I had a smile on my face after it ended. I laughed at some parts. So I'm going to give this movie a 3. 3 lumpies. 3 great lumpies for Scrooged. So I liked it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. And I actually was expecting much, much higher for your rating on this because I almost feel like I was attacking the whole time and you were defending.
You were.
But that's because I don't know. Like I didn't get, it's weird. I didn't get the same enjoyment out of the movie that you did. Like you almost got that Christmas spirit out of it. I got this really like bitter, like angry the whole movie, and it wasn't enjoyable for me. And so it fell down my list of holiday films. As much as I love Bill Murray, as much as I love Carol Kane's role, I have an affection, and I would be remiss if I didn't say the line that she just delivers perfectly. Oh, look, Frank, a toaster, and then slaps him with it. And for me, like that, I can't see a toaster without saying that line in my head. And there's those moments of this movie that I have of that, but it's missing that like heart of some of the other Christmas films that I really, really love at this point now. And so for me, like it wasn't as enjoyable, but I found myself like, it's like 2.5, it's like, that's where my lumpies are at. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's just that when I want to get in the Christmas spirit, this is not the movie for me. So
yeah, I get it.
That's
okay. So what's your rating?
2.5. 2.5 lumpies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
2.5 lumpies.
So it's not that far from me.
No, which is actually why I was surprised. Like I said, I felt like I was defending or I was attacking the whole time, and you were defending. Like, oh man, you might actually come out here with like a 4 or 5 or.
No, I'm not gonna give this a 4. I mean, hell, I didn't even give The Rock a 4. I'm not gonna give this one a 4.
And you've been blasted for it. You're on notice from our fans, all 12 of them.
Whatever. So okay, 2.5 lumpies. This movie is a holiday movie. It's a classic. I don't know if it's a classic. It's maybe one of those oddball ones. But I liked it. It's not. It doesn't get me into like the Christmas spirit. I'm not gonna say that, but I liked it. I like the message, and it's a modern tale Christmas Carol. So you are definitely out on this movie. Maybe you'll get visited by some ghosts tonight just for that.
It's likely. It's very likely, and I hope they're my dead bosses coming back to tell me about their golf game.
Gosh,
I don't know if I have any dead bosses actually.
All right.
Anyhow, yeah. That wraps up our 2020. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate 2020. You tuning in to our special back-to-back Christmas episodes. We were definitely in the spirit for Batman, and kind of in the spirit for Bill Murray. But
yeah,
we appreciate you guys watching, listening, tuning in. I've been Gagne. He's been
Rinaldo. So thanks, everyone. Thank you for listening and watching. And it's, we're a brand new show, and we're excited for 2021 because we have some movies already lined up for January. So stick with us. We appreciate you guys. From us to you, happy holidays and stay safe.
Thanks, everybody.